Hello student, good morning. So today I am going to start new topic. So today our topic is the relation between kinetic energy and linear momentum. Okay, so now we have to establish the relation between kinetic energies and linear momentum. Okay, so firstly we take any body and this body moving on this straight road with some velocity v. Okay, so when this car is at rest, then its velocity will be 0. Okay, so now when its velocity 0, then momentum is equal to mass into velocity. When velocity is equal to 0, I mean when this body is at rest, then velocity is equal to 0. So we put here the v is equal to 0. So totally it becomes 0. Okay, so momentum 0 when this body is at rest. But when this body starts moving in the direction of motion, then its velocity changes from 0 to some values. Okay, I mean the v greater than 0 here. Okay, so now momentum, I mean the mass of this body always remains same, constant. Okay, so mass does not change here. So the velocity change here from 0 to it's having some positive values. So v p is equal to mv, both greater than 0. Okay, so here momentum also change from 0 to some value greater than 0. Okay, so now we have to find the kinetic energy and linear momentum, I mean the relation between both of these quantities. Okay, so when this body moving, so its kinetic energy is half mv square. We already know that kinetic energy of moving body half mv square, and kinetic energy is equal to work done. Kinetic energy is the form of work done. Okay, so here we have to find the relation between both of them, I mean these quantities, kinetic energies and momentum. Okay, so now we see that here. So suppose the mass and velocity, suppose the mass and velocity of a particle are respectively small m and v. Okay, so therefore linear momentum, what will be the linear momentum? So we already know that mass into velocity, and v is equal to p upon m. Okay, and we already know that the formula of kinetic energy is equal to k half mv square. Okay, so now we put this value v here. Okay, so k is equal to half m p upon m whole square. Okay, so k is equal to half m p square upon m square. M and m will cancel to each other, and finally k is equal to half p square upon m. Okay, so p square, k is equal to half p square upon m. So p square is equal to 2k m. Okay, and p is equal to finally 2k m. Okay, this is the relation between kinetic energy and linear momentum. Okay, so I repeat again what we do here. So suppose the mass and velocity of a particle are respectively m and v. Okay, so therefore linear momentum p is equal to mass into velocity. Okay, so we already find out v here, v is equal to p upon m. Okay, and we know that the formula of kinetic energy k is equal to half mv square. So we put the value of velocity here. Okay, so we get in this relation, okay, kinetic energy and linear momentum. Okay, so this is the final relation after solving it. Linear momentum is equal to under square root 2 k, I mean k is equal to kinetic energy and m mass of the body. Okay, so now our next topic is work energy theorem for variable force. Okay, so according to this theorem, work done by a force work done by a force in displacing an object on horizontal surface is equal to increase in its kinetic energy. Okay, so according to this theorem, work done by a force in displacing an object on horizontal surface equal to increase in its kinetic energy. I mean the work done is equal to increase in kinetic energy. Okay, and this increase in kinetic energy, we take here kinetic energy at final point, kinetic energy at initial point. Okay, and the difference of both these kinetic energies, I mean the delta K. Okay, change in kinetic energy. Okay, so work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. So here we take another example. We take any rough surface here, rough horizontal surface, and we take 2 points A and B on this road. Okay, so a car is moving on this road having velocity v1 at point A, and when this car reach at a point B after some time, its velocity will be v2. Okay, so v2 greater than v1. Okay, so now here this body having mass m. Okay, so mass m, their body remains constant. Okay, so half, we multiply half m v2. Firstly, we squaring both these quantities, v2 square, v1 square, and we multiply half m on both sides. Okay, and this is a kinetic energy, final kinetic energy, and this is a initial kinetic energy. Okay, so kf, final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy, always greater than 0. I mean, when we subtract initial kinetic energy from this final kinetic energy, we will get some value. Okay, I mean delta K, that is greater than 0, and this delta K is equal to work done, and this work done greater than 0. So this car covers some distance s. Okay, so this shows that this car moving from point A to point B. Okay, some work done here, that work done W, and that work done W is equal to delta K, change in kinetic energy. Okay, here kinetic energy Ki, and here kinetic energy Kf. Okay, so we write here Ki is equal to half mv1 square, and here Kf half mv2 square. Okay, so now we see that here. Okay, so we finally write W is equal to Kf Ki. Kf final kinetic energy, Ki initial kinetic energy. Okay, but when the force is a constant, then what happens? So according to third equation of motion. Okay, so according to third equation of motion, v square u square plus 2a dot s. Okay, dot product. Okay, so v square minus u square 2a dot x. Okay, so multiplying the whole equation, by m by 2. Okay, half m. Okay, then we have half m v square minus u square, half m 2a dot x. 2 and 2 will be cancelled here, and here half mv square minus half mu square, and here ma dot s. Okay, so that half mv square final kinetic energy kf, and half mu square u is equal to initial velocity, so we can write here ki is equal to ma, force into displacement, and finally force into displacement is equal to work. Okay, so work is equal to, and we can write here delta K is equal to work. Okay, So here work, okay, so work is equal to change in kinetic energy. Okay, so here we take when force is constant, according to third equation of motion, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, so v square minus u square 2as, multiplying the both equation by m by 2. Okay, then after solving we will get the final value of kf minus ki, I mean the delta k, change in kinetic energy, is equal to work done. Here f as force into displacement is equal to work done. Okay, so work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. But when force is variable, okay, so now second case, when force is variable, when force is variable, so in this case kinetic energy, we already know that the formula of kinetic energy, k is equal to half mv square. Okay, so rate of change of kinetic energy, rate of change of kinetic energy is equal to dk upon dt. Okay, rate of change of kinetic energy, so we differentiate equation 1 with respect to time t. Okay, so dk upon dt is equal to d upon dt half mv square. Okay, and here half m, both are constant, so this comes out from this differentiation, d upon dt v square. Okay, so half m 2v. Okay, half m 2v and dv upon dt. So 2 and 2 will cancel to each other, half v dv upon dt. Okay, and here m v dv upon dt, it gives acceleration. Okay, dv upon dt, acceleration. Okay, rate of change of velocity with respect to time is equal to acceleration. Okay, so half here m a v. Okay, we can write here m a v, and here ma, this gives force into v. Okay, so finally dk upon dt is equal to force into v. Okay, force and velocity. So now dk dt, okay, so v is equal to dx upon dt, rate of change of displacement with respect to time. Okay, so dx upon dt. Okay, dt and dt will cancel to each other, only left here dk is equal to f dx. Okay, so now we integrate. Okay, we integrate here dk, k is kinetic energy, so the body having the initial kinetic energy ki and final kinetic energy kf. dk is equal to force, and here the displacement, initial displacement x1, final displacement x2, f dx. Okay, it gives work, and it gives k, kf, ki. Okay, finally kf minus ki is equal to work. Okay, kf minus ki is equal to work, and this is the delta k, change in kinetic energy is equal to work. Okay,